TGIF, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the DFS 5-pack today. Click that thumbs up real quickly if you could. Subscribe to the station if you are new to it. We are rolling a little early today. We got some plans to take care of, so we got up a little early to talk about NBA. Excited to get into it. Should be a good slate tonight. And also for me, probably just for NBA fans as a whole, but as a Bucks fan, got a great basketball game tonight to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely have a really good game. One of the best games of the year tonight. As far as last night goes, another kind of weird slate. I know that I'm very thankful this morning. We talk about this a lot. You got to know when your luck is there, because we always talk about the bad luck. Last minute last night, I made a 2-for-2 swap. I swapped out Rozier and Lou Williams for Harrell and Will Barton, because Barton was the only guy that would fit. I cashed, nothing like crazy, but if I don't make that swap, I don't come close to cashing. So you know how it goes, man.
Definitely got to love those. Anyways, as far as things that you can love, how about that $16,000 jackpot on that $22 contest overlay over at overlaydfs.com? If you haven't been playing yet, guys, this is a great time to start. Get an opportunity to get in before somebody wins that $16K. We will continue to tout that thing every single day. Finish in the top 10%, get 9 times your buy-in, go 0-12, get a $500 bonus. Don't cash in the same contest after playing it 20 times. Get all your money reimbursed. They want to pay you at Overlay. Go get some of that money for yourself. Go sign up today. The name of the website is overlaydfs.com.
The other thing that you've talked about a bunch, when Overlay grows and the sites get bigger and there's more and more people playing on it, the jackpot's going to get taken down more often just because there's more people.
Exactly. Just pure math right there, guys. So just a couple things to bring up real quickly. We've been doing some sports betting videos the last couple of days. If that's something you're into, tune in as we talk about that. The 5-pack deal today is the same one as yesterday, guys. Annual customers get a full calendar year. I'm talking whatever today is, the 6th of March to the 6th of March. You get a full MLB season, full NFL season. Buy that today, get a $50 rebate, making the total only $150 on the year. Otherwise, day passes are up at $5. Now let's talk about some of the plays today. So I want to talk about Porzingis. Is a guy I think everybody should take a look at right now. So it's kind of flying a little bit under the radar, in my opinion, just how good Porzingis has been as a DFS play over the past just a little bit over a month. Now, with Luka questionable tonight, that does change his potential ownership a little bit. I'm showing what I had him at the other day at 3%. And again, he was helped a little bit by the overtime, but I think he still had about 58 points before overtime. This guy is absolutely killing it right now. I think again, you guys know how well he's playing, but if you really look through his past month of games, he's up there with the Giannis's and the Hardens of the world. The games where he's not succeeding is oftentimes because of a big propensity for blowout, and he's losing like 12 to 13 minutes a run. Memphis at Dallas tonight, I expect to be a game. These are a couple of teams down in the lower half of the Western Conference that, at this point of the season, everybody needs to be competitive and needs to be in these games. Again, his ownership will change depending on the availability of Doncic, but really look at his points per minute since the start of February. This guy is absolutely off the hook right now, and with him only being center eligible and his price tag over $9K, especially if Luka plays, I bet you get him at very small ownership again.
I completely agree, and as much as we hate to say it, sometimes it just is true. Look at the game log. He's straight up balling right now. We've seen this before. It's not like this is coming out of nowhere. This is who Porzingis is. Took him a while to get reacclimated, to get healthy off that bad injury. He's a guy that is probably going to forever be injury prone, but when he's healthy, this is his upside, and he's playing like it consistently right now. Definitely a guy I was taking a long look at. Obviously, if Luka's out, he becomes more of the must type play.
Yeah.
But if Luka's in, I love him in tournaments for the same reasons you mentioned last slate.
3% last time out, had him at 3%. And again, he is killing it every single time out there. And not just killing it at its old prices. He's killing it at this news price as long as the game is competitive. And what are your thoughts? I expect Memphis at Dallas to be a game tonight.
Yeah, same. As you mentioned, two teams both positioning for playoff seeding out west. Obviously, Dallas is the better team, but I expect a really good effort from both sides here.
All right, agreed. And again, he's going to, even if Luka is out tonight, he won't get the ownership he deserves because we're about to bring up another center here in a little bit that's going to eat into a lot of it today. All right, next up, you want to talk about Trae Young, which, again, this is just for me, a keep it simple, stupid type of play. It just makes sense.
How do you not play Trae Young here, man? This is another one where I was picking out my plays last night. And I was like, do I want to give you Trae Young? Because if I don't, you'll probably pick him, so I get to pick two more other guys. But for me, it's impossible not to look at this game. This game is what DFS dreams are made out of. We've read this book before. These teams played earlier in the year. They played twice, actually. One time was a dud, a 112 to 101 game. And the next time they played more recently was a 153 to 135 game. So insane high upside there. And as far as Trae Young goes, I mean, why is he under 10K here? He's been over 10K for what seems like the last month. He's too cheap at 9.9. I know he's coming off a subpar performance last time out, but that's because Atlanta got straight steamrolled. I mean, I don't know.
He actually had a couple days off now, too. Like, I feel like this guy, obviously take out the All-Star break, just feel like he's always on the docket. So a couple days off to get those legs recharged as well.
I mean, this is like a walk into 60 type spot easily if the game plays out like we think it should. Don't you agree?
Yeah, so you mentioned it. Like, anything can happen in DFS, and with Atlanta and Washington not being good teams, it's not crazy to think that they had that bad game already. I just think that was like the one time that would happen this year. Again, could be wrong. This game's got a 245 total as of last night, and even though he did have the dud, and most of that game dudded, in the other time they played this year, he went for over 70 DK points because it's an absolute crush spot for two teams that are all pace and no defense.
Yeah, I mean, I love this game. What's not to love about this game? Upside all over, and Trae's just too cheap. He could be 11K in this spot and still be in play.
True. All right, next up. So I mentioned there's another center that's going to be wildly in play tonight. So the Phoenix Suns very likely head into tonight's game without DeAndre Ayton. If Ayton is out there and something changes, then yeah, I'm not looking at playing Aron Baynes anymore. But as of right now, at only 3K, knowing that instead of 10 minutes, he's probably going to play, I would guess, at least 20 tonight, in what can only be deemed as also a very good DFS game. Portland-Phoenix. If you put all the teams out there together in a matchup, would be probably a potential top 10 or top 15 spot to look at for DFS points. If you look at all the teams in the association. Now with Washington and Atlanta in play, again, it's probably not going to be quite as looked at as it would be otherwise. But Aron Baynes at 3K with probably no DeAndre Ayton, especially assuming he gets to start tonight. They already don't have Kelly Oubre, so they have to shift Saric down a little bit lower. Kaminsky's been out for several hot minutes right now. If Baynes is playing 20 minutes at 3K against Portland, I mean, he's going to be popular. He's going to be very, keep it simple, stupid for a reason.
It's funny. It seems like we were looking at like the same guys because I was definitely looking at Baynes. I brought up two point guards this morning, and you brought up two big men, and it just happens to work out that way. It's impossible not to look at Baynes here with Ayton probably not playing. I also like this game a lot for DFF purposes. Definitely my second favorite game of the night behind that Washington-Atlanta game. And the only thing I'll say about this game, which I like, what I like more about this game is there's better players in this game. Aside from, Trae Young and Bradley Beal, I don't really feel that confident with guys in that other game. Now, they're in great spots, and I expect them to play well. But this game has better players. While Baynes isn't necessarily one of those better players, he's only 3K, and he's fine. Like, you're not going to probably win tournaments or win anything because of him. But
do you remember earlier this year when he was dropping like 30 DK points a game?
I do. I remember he had a game earlier where I didn't use him. He had 50. So not saying that that's out of the realm of possibility. It does seem like, even with Ayton out, that's not going to be his role. But who the hell knows? I mean, at 3K, I think you just lock him in and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't expect 50. I don't even really necessarily expect the 30 because, he hasn't been playing bigger game minutes. But I do think it's a good opportunity for him to walk into 20 to 25 at high ownership in 3K.
Same. And exactly. I expect around 20 to 25 at 3K, and that's all you need.
Right. And there was another reason that I liked Porzingis is because I think Baynes is going to be big-time chalk, especially if they announce he's starting and Ayton is out. And that's going to just take away from Porzingis, who, again, is somebody that I like a lot.
I can tell how much you like Porzingis. It seems like you've been liking him a little bit more like every slate. So I'm excited to talk over members only with you. Yeah,
he just looks the part right now. He's playing the part. The numbers bear out. There's a lot of things to like about him. All right, moving along. So, again, I want to start by saying we're going to talk about Dejounte Murray, the San Antonio Spurs. Sorry about all point guards and centers today. I didn't really realize that until we put this one together. But we got guard and utility spots for a reason. So as far as Murray goes, this is another, actually pretty decent game for DFS. San Antonio being a bad spot is, things of the past. And Brooklyn's been gotten by point guards all season.
Yeah, still no LaMarcus Aldridge here. We finally saw Murray play really well last time out. Had been playing well, but still priced really affordable at 5,800. Again, my biggest knock on Murray here is that he's a point guard. Certainly not a must at 5,800, but a rock-solid filler piece, a guy that clearly has upside at this price tag. I expect somewhere between 30 and 40 DK points. That's typically what he's going to put up in a spot like this, now playing bigger minutes. Again, I mentioned no Aldridge. It's just a good spot against a team that gets lit up by opposing point guards. I don't want to say like he's my favorite play on the slate. I love him here, but I like him quite a bit. And he's a guy that, fits basically any type of roster construction. How do you feel?
Yeah, I like him here a lot too. That's why when you gave me 3 choices, he was one of them. It just seems to make sense right here. And also Murray has been a guy that's disappointed a lot. And it's usually because Popovich, for whatever reasons, decided it's Patty Mills Day or Bryn Forbes or something like that, or one of those guys just plays well. Well, San Antonio's desperate for every win they can possibly get the rest of the year. So I'm not as worried about his minutes as I would have been, say, 20 or 30 games ago.
Agreed.
All right, guys, that's what we got for today. Again, subscribe if you're new to the station. This is the backup channel until we're good to go on the main one. Thanks for watching today. Thumbs up is appreciated, and we'll see you guys a little bit later for Overlay.
Thanks, guys.